Alright. I think everything's the way it's going to be. I just wanted to sit on the title screen here, because there's very few things as lovely as the... Whoa! Hi, European Robin fan. Give me a second here. I gotta fix something. Give me a second here. You have arrived early. Look at you. Look at you. So early. So early. Alright. Alright. Is it working now? It's having problem... B is having problem tracking me for some reason. And that's annoying. That's annoying. I don't want her to be having issues. I'm actually having issues. Is the audio good? Can you hear me just fine? Can you hear me just fine? Alright. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Audio sounds good. Start a new game and do the mail. No, I think not. I think not. Alright. B is having issue tracking me tonight. VTube messes up for you too. Audio's fine. You're watching Legend of... What is a Legend of Evantris? What is a Legend of Evantris? Okay. Let me see if I can... she's just not... Catchy song. Try that. Hello? I don't know why it's having issues tracking right now. But I'm kind of sad about it. I like having B here, but she doesn't want to work. You got me at an hour tonight. Yeah, I was thinking that I was only going to be here for an hour as well. There's a series of folks playing D&D and they're silly. Is that the one with the clown? Is that the one with the clown that's funny? Is that the one with the clown that people think is funny? I don't know. Woo! Alright, we gotta go back to our boat, right? Like, we gotta go back to our boat? Is that what we're doing? Alright, I'm trying to get B to work. I'm trying to get B to work. Because I want her here! I love her. Okay. Did that work? No, I just pressed the wrong button. Alright. Alright. I think she's better now. I think she's better now. I think I got her working, guys. I think I got her working, guys. Alright, sorry. That took a long time. Hello? There she is! Yay! What's up, everybody? Here for the hardcore boat action. Hardcore? I don't know if it's that kind of stream. Hello, Inthafen. What do you need? Why are you yelling at me? Chuckles, yes, the clown. But that would mean there is no time to lose. We must depart at once for the place where the next pearl sleeps. We sail to the south. Indubitably. Indubitably. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Please. Let me onto your boat-like body. I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna drown. Alright, let me turn it down a little bit on my end. Audio's good on your end, guys? You like it? It's good? I think I already asked, but I get nervous. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Why does he hate me? Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Mr. Boatman, let me in. Play the Wind God's Requiem. He won't let me in until the play of the Wind God's Requiem? What was the Wind God's Requiem again? That doesn't feel right. You're hungry? Eat something. Eat something. I had I had chicken cordon bleu earlier. Chicken cordon bleu. It was quite good. Thank you for asking. Up, left, right. Is that the... It's also in your start menu. We need to go to the south, right? Ooh. Aren't we just little magicians? Little magicians. Yeah, I wasn't planning to be on for too long. How did you like that? Oh! He wouldn't let us in until we did that? That's so rude. You will eat your good made snacks. What snacks did you make? I have chili cheese Fritos that I eat like 6 at a time. Oi, hold it up right there, small fry. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. I don't know where you got your mitts on the sea chart you got there, but it looks to me like it's pretty much got nothing but seas drawn on it. Indubitably. It's pathetic. In fact, it's almost an insult to call that thing a sea chart, if you ask me. That's rude. What's the matter, small fry? I'm just trying to be nice here. And I'm telling that you've got a problem, and you do. Don't give me that stupefied look. It makes you look like you ought to be in diapers. That's weird. Don't say that to me. Just listen, okay? I'm here to teach you what I know about this island, so open up your sea chart and make it snappy. I don't know about this guy. I think I got beef with him. Ooh. Whoop, whoop. I like the sound effects. You're trying Lords of the Fallen with me in the background. Lords of the Fallen is awesome. I actually really like Lords of the Fallen. Fun game. Good streaming game, actually. That would be a good one to play on here. Not the 2014 version, though. That might be a fun streaming game, but it's not my favorite game. There's a real peculiar cave toward the backside of this here Dragon Roost Island. Yeah, real peculiar. But I doubt you'll ever get there to see it, small fry, unless you manage to sprout wings and fly, that is. 'Cause you won't be getting there otherwise. That's all I can teach you, small fry. But I will do this for you, since I'm feeling so generous. I'll send word to all my brethren living near the islands of the Great Sea. Good bunch of fish. If you see a fish leaping out of the water when you sail near an island, sail up to it and spread bait on the water's surface. Trust me, this is good advice, Fry. Stardew Valley might be fun to co-op stream. I'm so bad at Stardew Valley. Hello, By the Rook. How are you? How are you tonight on this lovely Friday evening? We did a big Sam's Club run. We did a massive Sam's Club run. AD? AD? See, the baiting process allows you to get to the chart of the island, along with any info that might be of use to you. I highly recommend you make a... Oh, ads. 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 Yes, yes, use my ads. Give me revenue. I love getting money. Hey, did you guys know that the federal government has stopped issuing checks for tax returns? Gather all the fish, it's important. Luckily, you're good at Stardew Valley. Yeah. I don't know, it's just not my kind of game. I'm bad at the, like, life simulators. I do own it on Steam, so I should probably give it an honest, like, college try. But I'm bad at life sims. I don't know. I just, like, I'm bad at games that don't give you a clear objective and also don't give you something to kill right in front of your face. You're back. Stopped issuing checks. Indeed, the federal government, as of January 29th, 2026, the president issued an executive order that stopped the government from issuing checks. They have to be direct deposit. You see, I filed my tax return and wanted to get a check because I wanted the physical action of going into a bank. And I didn't want the government to have my direct deposit information because I hate them. And I don't want them to have that. And, unfortunately, they stopped issuing checks. This is a problem because on the website, They allow you to ask for a check. But the website wasn't updated beforehand, I guess. Even though the executive order was passed in 2026. So, oh well, I suppose. Do your taxes, kids. Or actually, the deadline was already, like, weeks ago. So, see you all in tax prison. Oh, direct deposit is fine. The government can get their info if you don't have direct deposit set up. It's the principle of the matter, Zareth. It's the principle of the thing. They offered me a check, and I took the check, and then they send me mail weeks later saying that I can't have a check. It's the principle of the thing. See, the baiting process allows you to get a chart of the island, along with any info that might be of use to you. I highly recommend you make a habit of doing so. You owed almost $1,000 on your taxes? I don't think we should know that. You should probably keep that information to yourself. But thank you for letting me know. I am now privy to viewers' menstruation cycles and viewers' tax information. Why do you guys give me this? What am I gonna do with this? No wonder data companies get so much data. You guys give it out freely. Better, in your opinion, less paper? Yeah, but I think physical currency is important. I think physical currency is really important. I feel like we should go back in a lot of areas to physical currency. Just feels like you'd like to know, I guess. I'm not a therapist. I guess maybe I give off a genial and warm quality that causes people to want to give me their, like, deepest and most important secrets, but it's not that big of a deal if you know I owed. Yeah, but I'm wondering if someone could use it against you like a weapon, Zareth. Somebody could use that like a weapon against you. Imagine if you were running for office and they knew your tax returns. For some reason, politicians get really, really, really testy if you know their tax return. I almost ran out of air. See, you're definitely going to need a reliable sea chart to help you search for things out at sea. I can't emphasize that enough, Fry. You need a well-drawn chart. If you don't get a chart for every island you come across, it'll just be a bigger hassle for you later on. Now, don't say I never did anything for you, Fry. Alright, bud, I don't know your name. Hi! You there! You kingly red lion guy, that's it! I've repaid my debt, I'm done! You take care of the rest. Oh! That wasn't out of the kindness of his heart? He had a debt to the King of Red Lions? That's kind of funny. Let's go exploring. Who wants to get lost on the ocean, guys? Who wants to get lost at sea? I watched a video I really liked. His name is Mattfish. He doesn't really have a name that I know of. He's gotta have a name. Oh, by the way, this is important. This is important knowledge, my friends. I went on the Zelda Dungeon wiki last night because I was really interested. I wanted to find that interview that Hero Shade was talking about because I also saw, because I looked it up. I was like, where did that interview come from, right? Why can you jump? And I was interested. And I couldn't find the interview. You'd never be a politician. You don't like politicians? They hide their tax returns so fiercely because they're thieves and liars. Let's go in big circle. Let's go in big circle. You think it might be still be locked to the 2 corridors between Windfall Dragon Roost and the next ticket? Oh, they're locking me? Ooh! Nice! I didn't know he could do this. The King of Red Lions has fantastic hydraulics. He's got fantastic everything. He's a king. He is a king. Wait. Sorry, I was distracted. So I went on the Zelda dungeon last night because I wanted to find that interview where they said, that... Oh, is it gonna rain? Ganondorf is not the incarnation of the King of Evil. And I was like, I want to find that interview. And I looked it up, and it did appear on Reddit, but it didn't have any actual links to the interview. And I'm not saying I don't think the interview exists. I'm sure the interview exists. I just wanted to watch it for myself. But I couldn't find it, and I probably didn't look hard enough. But I did look at Demise's curse on the Zelda dungeon wiki, right? And everybody knows fandom wikis are the most accurate things on the planet. But they specifically had a big page dedicated to Demise's curse. And I'm just gonna say, on the wiki page, the blue link for Demise's curse incarnation is Ganon. So, just saying. But no, I thought it was really interesting because they have a specific section for the Japanese text. And the Japanese text of Demise's curse specifically mentions samsara, like the Hindu cycle of reincarnation. And I was like, vindication! I was right to read it from the Buddhist lens of rebirth. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really funny. But I want to find that interview. I don't think... I want to find... Because I think it's interesting. I want to ask chat a question. I want to ask chat a question. Do you guys believe in the death of the author? When you think about, like, lore for things, I don't think he was wacky. I think he was passionate. I think he really cared about it, and I really like that he cared about Zelda, because there's not a lot of fans of Zelda left, and woo, we went for a little ride there. And he had a very specific interpretation of how the story was, but I think that me and him just fundamentally disagreed on how important, like, the author is. Oh, I want to stop by that guy. Okay. Go back. Go. What is this? I want to go here. Because I think that the text should be able to stand on its own. And what the text says is what the text says. And the author can come back and be like, no, the text meant X. But if the text says Y, then the text says Y, no matter what the author says, right? But this is a big deal for a lot of people. I don't know. What do you guys think? I have a natural tendency to just straight up ignore the author if I don't agree. Don't worry about this little guy, but he's cute. He's got one of the symbols on his forehead. Is that Nehru? Is that Nehru's symbol? I think that's Nehru's symbol on his forehead. I think Nehru's my favorite goddess. Who's your favorite goddess of the Zeldas? Nehru's a little cutie in one of the Oracle games. I'm a big fan of of Nehru. To reach Bomb Island? Yo! This island's the bomb! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Dude, we gotta go to Bomb Island! We gotta go to freaking Bomb Island, brother! But I think that's really interesting. I think a lot of, like, when you're arguing with uber nerds about something that they love, they have a tendency to have a very specific relationship to that thing that they love. Word of God is especially equivalent to power scaling, which is very funny to me. Like the guy who wrote the Hulk, Palm Island, soon to become Crater Island, like what I did to Malaysia. Like the guy who wrote the Hulk is a constant troll on social media, and he made art of Thrag from Invincible destroying the Hulk. And a lot of the people in his comments of that art piece were saying, like, no, Thrag would get total diffed by the Hulk. And the guy who, you know, currently writes the Hulk was like, no, Hulk gets destroyed by Thrag. You know? And it's specifically because he loves messing with power scalers. And I thought that that was really funny. Like, yeah, I mean, if you are the author, you get to say, right? Did what to who now? Thrag from Invincible blew up the Hulk. You're passing Bomb Island. Yeah, because I saw this. It's also daytime. Thrag from why is the water going high? I'm not a good sailor, by the way. But I've been thinking about that. Like, I think most people don't care in the way that I do, probably. But I am a big fan of, if the author says something you disagree with, ignore them. I'm in choppy seas. Is that like is that an environmental modifier? Do I get bonus experience for picking areas with choppy seas? I should get bonus loot for being in choppy seas. Is this what the ocean looked like when the Titanic blew up? I think you're more than valid in disagreeing with the author. It's their job to write the story and your job to interpret. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'd like an interesting idea for job, as applied to. I'm interested in that wording. Ow! Who blew me the freak up? It's set to the tile you're in, just to make it a little bit. Also, use your map so you know where you're going. No, we're exploring. Guys, we're exploring. King of Red Lions, we're exploring, aren't we? What side is the wind coming from? Do we have to change the wind? No, stop. King. We passed Bomb Island. Is that what happened? Is that what people said? I'm going against the wind here. Is that Bomb Island? Is that Bomb Island? Is that Bomb Island? Wait, I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the thing, guys. Land ho. I spotted it. Do I get a sack of gold for my efforts? Okay, we gotta change what the weather is. No. Left, right. Valid. I assume you were going for the next dungeon, explore away. Yeah, it'd be exploring time. I'm just going on the ocean. I'm not expecting to start the next dungeon tonight. Because again, I have somewhere to be tomorrow morning. And that does, there will be no stream tomorrow night. I'm sorry. I know. Kisses on all your foreheads, but there will be no stream tomorrow night. But we will pick up again Sunday night. And then no stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense, everybody? Does anybody know when Memorial Day is? Woo! I don't remember. I'm gonna use that as a day off. Are you Bomber? Ho ho! To think that over there would be such a container. What are we looking at? He's looking at this island. Sometime in May. We're in May. May is now. Last Monday of May. That's more specific. Thank you. Thank you. Last Monday of May. I'm looking forward to it. No. He wasn't looking at that island. What's he looking at? He's looking at that? He's looking at that? He's looking at that. Oh! Guys, there's a submarine. There's a submarine. They've discovered submarine technology. Maybe the moblins are smarter than we give them credit for. They've discovered a way to get to the bottom of the ocean without death. Not what I wanted. This doesn't seem like that much of a bombing island. This seems like a... Okay. I need a Pokemon that knows Cut. Where's Scyther? You took some days off work for a show you're doing and just so happened to coincide with Memorial Day. So you get a 5-day weekend! Can I get 6 air horns in chat for Baritone's 5-day weekend? 6 air horns in chat. Also, European Robin fan, do not feel upset. I did see your 7K channel points. Nice bois. Thank you, Inthefin. I really like the idea of channel points being used as a redeem for text-to-speech bird facts. What would be even funnier is if I recorded, like, 450 bird facts to play at random. The problem is that I don't know how to set that up. But that would be very funny, and I like that idea a lot. So I gotta figure out how to do that. And then I also want to get... I need some branding, guys. I need some branding. We gotta make this a corporate adventure, you know what I mean? How many of y'all want me to go full corporate? Show of hands. Show of hands. How many of y'all want to see a full corporate adventure? Alright, let's go actually do something. I want to go to that. I want to go to that. Where's the freaking... Where were we going? Over here. I keep telling you that. Market like a... Yeah, see, that's the problem, is that, like... I hate marketing. I hate it. I had a friend in college who was a market major, and I wish that I could probe her brain. 5 hands up? Aww, minus 5 hands up. Yay! It's like that one Facebook post where the guy is like, if I get 1 like, I'll quit my job. And then he likes his own post. I want to see this channel become publicly owned. Me too. I want to have a very wealthy investor who's also a big fan of genocide. I think that will give me a certain kind of flair. Alright. Alright, we need to get rid of this guy because I want to touch his submarine. Nope, don't touch. I want to buy B stocks on B. Oh my gosh, we need to do B-coin. Oh man, we'd make so much money on my meme coin. Oh, my eyes were not open to the possibilities. What is this? Oh, rat! He touched my money. Rats do that? Rats touch your money? From the top rope, I missed. What is happening? I don't know. Hey, just saying, a software engineer that could make that happen. Item. How many joy pendants do I need? You do have the look to be plastered onto a golden coin. Yeah, see, we have the look. We can make this happen. Give me stuff. What is this place? What is this place? This is cool. People have been wanting an open world Zelda. People have been wanting... Ow! Stupid rat. Like, open world Zelda... Zelda that has, like, non-linear type puzzles, non-linear dungeon exploration. And it's, like, right here. They did it. They had it. It's right here. What do you mean? I guess maybe the open world is a bit empty, but so is every Ubisoft game, and they're doing that in 2026. This came out in 2002. I just got a bottle for clearing out a submarine on the way to Bomb Island. How cool is that? Yeah, that's the thing, is that everybody's like, Breath of the Wild is the natural evolution of the Zelda formula, and I'm like, no, it has no dungeons. They didn't put dungeons in it, Bront. They forgot the dungeons, Bront. It's right here. They already did it. It's right here. It is not a secret, though, that I am a, how we say it, noted Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom hater. Sorry, I know it is a super popular video game, but I am a noted Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom hater. Sorry. Tears of the Kingdom improved, but I heard that it still had problems. That, like, they were... You have a new Terraria crush. Uh-oh. I heard that it still had, like, the the fact that there were traditional puzzles and stuff like that, but due to the game itself, they were just largely ignorable. I probably can't get up there right now, can I? I want to get up there right now. I want to get up there now. Also, I just have beef with Tears of the Kingdom story. Sorry. I know. But you guys have to understand, I am a video game boomer. I am very much a video game boomer. Video games are only good when they came to me in my childhood. The dungeons played the same, just different themes and placements. Draydon and Mars from Terraria. Mars is from Wrath of the Gods, while Draydon areas are from Petty. Are those mods? Are those Terraria mods? You haven't heard any notable criticisms of Tears of the Kingdom? You're looking in the wrong place, buddy. You're looking in the wrong place, buddy. You're looking in the wrong place, buddy. I just have beef with it. I just have beef with it. And I'm sorry. I'm just a huge fan of the traditional Zelda formula. I really am. And the problem is that there isn't any games that do what Zelda does. Right? Like, there's no big AAA experience that does what Zelda does. But what Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild does is the industry standard at this point. And maybe that's unfair. Like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are their own games with their own beautiful artwork and expression, and they have great moments, but I want my Zelda formula, man. Calamity is a mod, while Wrath of the Gods is an add-on for the mod. Calamity is the definitive best Terraria mod. I stand by the fact that dungeons are far more enjoyable in Tears of the Kingdom. More linear and a lot more fun. Yes, but you know what game I think had better dungeons to me? You know what game I think had better dungeons than Tears of the Kingdom? Or not Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. I only know the story, and I got beef with the story. Breath of the Wild, I think that, oddly enough, Elden Ring did a better job with, like, legacy dungeons and exploration of dungeons than a lot of modern Zelda has. And that is probably, to me, let me hedge that again. I don't want to start a war, but I really enjoyed Elden Ring's Legacy Dungeon. I'm a big fan of Elden Ring's Legacy Dungeon. Counterpoint, I stand by Split being your favorite Terraria. What is Split? Moog and Demi-Human Queens? Moog's fine. Does anybody care? My waifu from Elden Ring is Selen. I love Selen a lot. I think she's just crazy enough. Just crazy enough for me. But other than that, I don't know. I usually don't attach to characters romantically. What's her name so you can look her up? Selen. S-E-L-L-E-N. She shares her name with Selen of Vinland from Demon Souls, actually. Demon Souls connection. Am I just going back to Dragon Roost? Couldn't get into it too hard. Yeah, it is a difficult game. It is a difficult game. Elden Ring is your favorite open world? It is a very good open world video game. I also think it might be my favorite open world video game. I also think it might be my favorite open world video game. What is this? So this is Windfall. This is the Forsaken Fortress. This is Outset. We're headed here. Unknown Sector? Okay. So what? The wind is coming from the south. Selen. She has a big rock face. Does a great job of filling the world without being repetitive. I agree. Until you get to the Frozen North, and I think it has real problems in the Frozen North. But I can see why you love her. Yeah, she's not your type because she's conventionally attractive. She's got a human face. I love her because she's crazy. I love that for her a lot. Oh, I goofed up. I was going the right way. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. I think the Frozen North, and this is what I would have done to fix the Frozen North. Are you guys ready for some armchair development? Oh, no, put that away. My bad. The Frozen North is notoriously empty, and it uses a lot of... You prefer the demi-human queens? I don't. I would have court with the demi-human queens. Hi, Seeker. How are you? We're talking about the merit of open-world games. I would have court with the demi-human queens, but I wouldn't court the demi-human queens. You know what I mean? But... Well, I know you would. My problem with open world games is they either empty with a few unique things to do, or full but very repetitive. Like every Ubisoft game! Clear out this outpost. Now travel south and clear out this outpost. Now travel south and clear out this outpost. Now travel south and clear out this outpost. Ubisoft game. You would marry demi-human queens? I don't think they have a formal marriage system in their society, but I could be wrong. It seems like demi-human queens operate like ant queens do, since they're the only femme demi-humans we see. And they have, like, queen? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe demi-humans don't show sexual dimorphism the way humans do. Skyrim is super competitive, despite my love for it. Should get into mods. I love modding the bejesus out of Skyrim. One of the best things about Skyrim is how much people love it. And that means that love has been poured into thousands of hours of brilliant storytelling and absolute wonderful game mechanics that don't exist in the base game. Absolutely get into modding. I recommend Anai's mods, Anai Scion, I think that's his name. I don't know how to pronounce it, he might be French. He has great mods. Ordinator is a really good starting point, but Ordinator, Apocalypse, Sacrosanct, very good mods. And then I recommend stuff like the Museum, the Artifacts mod. I don't remember its name. Artifacts of Skyrim, I think it's called. It's a really good mod. Any of the quest mods that beef up the quest, because I think one of the weakest part about Skyrim is its quest writing. I think the biggest tragedy of Elden Ring is the lack of other weapon building. You miss your beloved... Yeah, Elden Ring, like, a lot of the stuff is genuinely experimental, and then they don't hit you with the weird weapons that they could have had. You need to get back into Morrowind. Morrowind is very good, but I can never actually get very far in it. I should play open Morrowind. I'm far APer than I previously saw. I'll join and watch the convo in the bot. Thank you for coming in, Baritone. I always appreciate when you do. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleep. That is where you must go drink. The Forest Haven. I know a little bit of the Forest Haven. I think I watched Nintendo Capri Sun play this back when I was like 8 or 9. Anybody watch Nintendo Capri Sun in chat? It may appear as though this is but a great tree rising far above the ocean's surface, but it is a sacred place. It is inside this grotto that you will find the spirit of the earth, the great Deku Tree. You must speak with the Deku Tree and receive from him the sacred gem known as Furor's Pearl. More gems! More gems! I fear that Ganon's vile hand may have already reached this most sacred of sanctuaries. Go forth with caution, drink. I was gonna talk about the Frozen North. Morrowind is a certain older charm you adore, but if you play again, it'll have to be the very least bug fixing, because there's a ton of issues. Bethesda. Oh, use the grappling hook on this guy? Did I just take his tongue? Did I just take its tongue? No, he's still got it. Cobalt, that was horrible. My map doesn't work here. No Perry. No Perry. Matthew Perry. Who's your favorite member of the Friends group? I like Ross. I think he's crazy. Okay, guys, actually, were they on a break? Were they on a break? That was a sail? My bad. My bad. I used the sail, not the map. I can't believe I don't know basic mechanics in this video game. Who's your favorite character from Bloodborne? Probably Yosefka. Probably Yosefka is my favorite. Not the imposter, the original Yosefka. She dies straight out the gate. Oh. Probably Yosefka. I really like, That's a good question, though. Yeah, definitely Yosefka. I can't think of any others right now. I like Albert. I like Annalise. I think Jura is really interesting. I like Eileen. I like, Ariana. The Nun I can take or leave. The Chapel Dweller is really good. Good characters. You want to see what my favorite characters look like? Well, you might find some consistency across them, but I tend to gravitate towards characters less for their looks and more for their role or function in the story. I don't know. Maybe that's a cop-out. Like, oh, I care about their personality, not their looks. But it's generally pretty true. If you're asking, like, what characters I gravitate towards, I like pretty girls or big monsters. You're a big fan of the Chapel Dweller? Chapel Dweller is a good man. He's a good man. I know that you like Bumpa Scrunglies. Actually, both of you. But I think Rook is an aesthetic appreciation of the bizarre in a way that European Robin fan is less of an aesthetic appreciation and more of a romantic appreciation. You have a Waterfall Without Treasure. Vicar Amelia fits both. You think Vicar Amelia's hot? I mean, you do you. You do you. I'm not a big furry, believe it or not. I just never, I never really got into that fandom. It wasn't my thing. No! Dang it. The waterfall is important later. Don't worry about it. Vicar Amelia? Yeah, that stream isn't up. That stream is not up, unfortunately. Vicar Amelia is not a stream I have uploaded. Because I feel, I have it saved. It's technically on my channel. But I feel like the technical issues during that stream was so... They don't reflect the level of quality I'm trying to give my audience. So, I don't have that stream out. Okay. Ooh, he wants... Are these guys like the chompy guys in Plants vs. Zombies? Can you kill these guys with, Yes, you can. You really like the standard... Oh, yes. Am I bad, chat? Am I just dumb, chat? Yes, I love the random standard townspeople. Oh, why? Oh, why? I'll mess up your brains! I like those guys a lot. You're worse? Depends on the day. You're down bad, that's for sure. That is for sure. Because Velociraptors are small. The Dekubabas are the chompy PV. I should play Plants vs. Zombies on stream, too. I think that would be a good game to stream. Plants vs. Zombies was a big childhood game for me. I really like that one. This town's finished. I think some of the best characters are the wheelchair huntsmen. The guys on the wheelchairs who heard the hunt was coming and installed a grappling... Like, they made their wheelchair into a weapons platform. It's very good. What character? I already told you like 9 times, European Robin fan. You ask every time. I'm beginning to wonder if you suffer from dementia. You crush on scrungly characters who have kind of a used charisma. Mostly kind of like a slimy used car salesman type charisma. And characters who just look straight up wrong. They got wrong eyes. Yes, when they're using their guns or their flamethrowers or anything like that. You also love the Bluebirds and the Living Failures. I like the Living Failures for their name, but I can take or leave their design, actually. I feel like their design is actually really boring for FromSoft, but I guess, like, that's on purpose. They're supposed to be the Celestial Emissaries, but bad. But the Celestial Emissaries as a design are just so much more interesting. You love the way I described them? Is that why you ask every time? Okay. We're figuring it out. We're getting traversal. Oh my gosh. Don't remind me. That was so sad. I think I'm actually embarrassed by that. Like, that is an embarrassing moment to me. Mosquito people? Oh, the vampires? I love Bloodborne's interpretation of vampires. Making them, like, literal mosquitoes is such a cool way to do vampires. I love when vampires are monstrous. This is something that you can get at me for. I love my monster women to be monstrous. People do monster girls. I'm a big fan of monster girls. People do monster girls, but they don't allow them to be monstrous. Let them be monstrous. I'm a big fan. Oh, though I'm not, unfortunately, they have to recognizably be a woman. I think that is something that you and me don't quite agree on, European Robin fan. That I like my women monstrous, but I also like them recognizably women. The Goron trial is a bit of both. Yes, I don't know if you've seen that arc, but it was bad. I was spiraling. I was having a rough time. I think my sister said it best after she watched it. She said it was funny, but I also felt bad because I could tell you weren't having fun. And I'm like, I don't want people to realize when I'm not having a good time. Be my, like, Deadlock's Drifter? Maybe. I probably would like a lot of the art design of Deadlock. I'm a confirm. Yeah, that is very true. Also, your F-bomb didn't get censored, even though I have that word censored. So, look at you go. You slipped past the system. I'm just, I remember, though, when I was younger, I was having, like, this crisis. Because, you know, I grew up in somewhat conservative household, somewhat conservative area, somewhat conservative school. And it was very much like furries are deviants, you make fun of furries. I grew up in that internet culture. But I remember seeing the art and going, oh no. Why was that auto-modded? So you were auto-modded, but not European Robin fan? Get censored, idiot. No, I remember growing up, I remember seeing the art because I had a lot of friends who were furries, right? And I was like, oh my god, I'm a degenerate. I think the pictures are good. And then a little bit later, I was like, oh no, they're recognizably women. I'm not attracted to the fact that this is like a fox girl. I'm attracted to the fact that this is a girl. And then I was like, oh, I'm normal, guys. Don't worry, I'm normal. Yeah. No, it's interesting how I think furries are furries still considered degenerates, chat? Depends on the circle, probably. Probably. But I think that that's really funny. It was like in the mid 2000s and like later where furries were considered beasts from the Anthro avatar, only really by children. Yeah, it's like older crowd has kind of accepted the fact that they exist. Can I go up here? Yeah, the Anthro avatar. But if you notice, I wanted Bea to be recognizably monstrous in a lot of her design. I don't know, Rook, you can probably get at me for that, but I wanted her to have the weird clawed hands and the scales, and I wanted her to have the crazy feet, and I wanted her to have the sharp teeth, and the thin eyebrows, because I wanted her to be recognizably monstrous. How come I can't go up? I won't go up. Is there anybody here? Hello? Furries make you uncomfortable in public? Do the eye thing? Beatrice doesn't look monstrous, only a bit though. Yeah, she's supposed to be a little... Let me see if I can. You mean like this? Is this what you mean? If you see a tail, you cringe. I think that you need some whimsy in your life, Zareth. I think you need some whimsy in your life, Zareth. Maybe I should do the rest of the stream like this. Would you be off-put? Would you be off-put? I just don't use it very often, unfortunately. I love this. I should use this more often. I feel like it has real power, but I don't. Yeah. She does have those expressions. I just don't use them very often. Because I forget they're there. Thank you for reminding me, Rook. Reminder that Rook is the artist. Toggle that when you need to lock in. I should. Really, it's more like neuron activation. It's like, I want that. But I never remember how to do it. Or, like, to do it in the moment. It's unfortunate, because it is very real. Where's the secret eye setting? What do you mean? You probably use the sad look at least thrice in this game. Is this game sad? But I don't know. I mean, this is the next area, isn't it? Well, we're almost now. Oh, it's Shrek. You like wearing tails because fluffy? Because fluffy? I don't wear tails. Oh, God. Shrek's got acne. That is unfortunate. Oh. Look at these guys. The Deku Tree. Shrek has pimples. Vin will you fix? I like that interview. It's very funny. I love the portmanteau in chat. So green chews are harder to kill then? Ew. Dude. Is this the young Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time? Inside green choo-choos is a magical gelatinous essence, but it can't be used in its current form. I do know, isn't one of the complaints about Wind Waker that there isn't, like, fast travel between the islands? Is that one of the complaints? So if you want to get potions, you have to go back to this island? Dude needs skincare. Bark care. Hey, that's not a language I speak. He's speaking in a language I don't understand. They hide and have extra health. Interesting. I like that they have, like, actual mechanics beyond just having more health. That's really nice. I like it when enemies get new mechanics as an addition to increase in difficulty, rather than just getting more health. I like that. Good way to do difficulty. I must apologize. I was in error. I saw your clothing, and suddenly I felt for a longing for an age gone by. That longing caused the ancient tongue to pass my lips. He's thinking of the Hero of Time. For the traveling part, one of the main complaints was having to change the wind constantly. That was addressed in the HD remake. Interesting. Here's Goblin. He has 5 health. Here's Red Goblin. He has 10 health and deals double damage. Don't call out Twilight Princess like that. Do not call out Twilight Princess like that. I am the guardian spirit of this forest haven, the Deku Tree. I owe you my thanks for your aid in ridding me of those foul creatures. I don't like that he has like a tooth. Why does he have a tooth? Why does he have teeth? Can he chew me up and spit me out? Big fan of how Soul Series does difficulty. Yeah, I mean, difficulty's the way the game is played. Midna's a cutie. You love her inform. I am a fan of Midna True Form. Sorry, I know that we've already discussed this before, but I think True Form might be one of the hottest women in gaming. I have the hots for True Form. Yeah, but Twilight Princess doesn't even do double damage with upgraded enemies. Unfortunately true. Tell me, was it not the King of Red Lion, the boat who speaks, who led you to this place? Inform? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the small stack, sorry. There's no way it was an accident. Yeah, it was definitely intentional. They definitely gave her those hips for a reason. Here is Bird with Sword Feet. Now here is Bird with Sword Feet and Fire Breath. I hate those birds. I hate the Fire Breath birds. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Okay, wait. Rewind. Did you rewind with me? Okay, so, the Frozen North. in Elden Ring is usually, and in my opinion, correctly criticized for being empty and for reusing a lot of enemy types. But the thing is that they set up in the game what populates the Frozen North. They could have had the Fire Monks, they could have had the Prelates, that's a good idea, I like that. Why are there no Caden mercenaries? Like, there's one or two, but imagine if they just did a couple more Caden mercenaries up there. Guy with axe and shield, guy with bow. There you go, you could have done that. Your voice will carry me to sleep. Don't worry, once we get to the start of the next dungeon, or maybe even earlier than that, we will also go to bed. But thank you so much for coming in to watch, Seraph. I always appreciate when you do. And I really like that you like Wind Waker. It's a lot of fun to have you here to watch it. Your fix for the Frozen North? 1 billion Caden mercenaries! 1 billion Caden mercenaries is my fix for the Frozen North. Armchair development. Then you have come here because you have need of the pearl of the goddess. Yes, yes. You shared your Terraria crushes on Discord. I don't like any of the people in Terraria because I can't see what they look like. They're like pixels. And also I don't play it, so I can't attach to them through their dialogue or anything like that. I see. I knew there was a reason the monsters had begun to congregate in the regions around my wood. Now I understand it. He has returned. Ganon has returned. In that case, we must make haste. You can send the art you downloaded? Is it safe for work? Is it viewable by virgin eyes? Elden Ring has very sore lacking of many goobers and room bosses. It kind of does, which sucks because Elden Ring has so many abilities that are perfect for clearing. But then you can probably send, I don't want you to like fill the Discord too much, so if you want you can send it directly to me. No guarantee I'll reply, but if that's what you want to do, I don't mind it. I would have loved small camps of the Frozen North, people trying to keep, yeah, warm, hidden in alcoves and little caves and stuff like that, and little owls in the little forest bringing me hops for my wizard beer. Koroks, little children of the woods, this traveler is not your enemy. Let your hearts be at ease, and show yourselves. What do you guys think of Koroks in comparison to the Kokiri? I like the Kokiri better than Koroks. I do. I think the forest children are more fun than the forest things. What do you call yourself? Drink? Well then, drink. These are the Koroks, the spirits of the forest. Once upon a time long ago, the Koroks took on human forms. You have to send a friend request. I have friended most people in as an evolution. I think it fits. I agree with that. Actually. They took these shapes. Now they fear the people. But to me, they will ever be my cherished little children. As it happens, you have come just in time for a ceremony that the Koroks hold but once every year. It is about to begin. I shall grant the pearl to you once their ceremony is complete. I must apologize for the brief delay, but if the ceremony is not completed soon, an ill fate could befall us. So let it begin. Are you ready, my children? Yeah, I think as an evolution it makes a lot of sense, but I wish the Kokiri were in more games. We are not, oh great Deku Tree! Something terrible has happened! It is Makar! My car. What is the matter, Linda? You and Makar are always late. No, it's not that, oh great Deku Tree! Makar fell into the Forbidden Woods! Like, Limgrave has an insane density of just stuff, and this more or less carries over to most other areas, except for the Frozen North, which I guess is a barren wasteland, but it ends up feeling like, oh, now I'll just ride Torrent, House of Blink, like... I agree, Inthapin. I absolutely agree. And the thing is that the Frozen North is indeed a wasteland, but so is Caelid. And Caelid is bursting with life and things to do. Yeah, Magma Worm Makar, he's here! He's gonna give me, Moonveil. Is that what Makar drops? Does Makar drop Moonveil? Am I mistaking him for a different magma worm? What? The Forbidden Woods. I told him to be careful, but still Makar flew above the Forbidden Woods and he drew close to it. Foolish little Makar. Drink. You have heard all this? No, I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about the Frozen North and Elden Ring. It's a really good video game. The Forbidden Woods are right beside the hallowed island of our forest haven. Those woods. The whole region is a vile place that is home to evil beasts. And now it seems they have taken a child of the forest named Makar. Your presence here is no mistake, I deem. Fate, 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 destiny, samsara, the wheel keeps on turning. You don't know the drops, you only played through Elden Ring twice? Going to sleep, good night. Thank you for coming in to say hello. They got silly little helicopter umbrellas. I do see that. That's kind of cute. They're like Mary Poppins. But they're different kinds of wastelands, you guess. Both uninhabitable for very different reasons, you feel. But they still, like, what I'm saying is that Caelid is a wasteland, but they still managed to make it an engaging open world. They didn't use the wasteland excuse to make it devoid of life. Whereas the Frozen North is a wasteland that is empty. And even then, it is not as empty as some open worlds. Right? There's stuff going on in the Frozen North. It's just the stuff in the Frozen North kind of sucks sometimes. The King of Red Lions likely expects great deeds of you. It is why he brought you here. I am sorry to ask this of you, but can you go rescue young Makar for me? But Great Deku Tree, people cannot fly through the air. I think I know what item I get. Ah, yes, thank you, child. You are right. It is not possible to enter those woods from the sea, is it? Drink, I would guess from your size that you are heavier than my Korok children. Yet I think we may still be able to solve this dilemma. You must use the item I shall bestow upon you and fly through the sky. This dog deals 9 million damage per second. The dogs are actually pretty easy to kill. It's the birds that suck. The birds are horrible. The big crows, scary. Why does he have a tooth? 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 Forgive me, Drink, but could you climb up to my crown and get the leaf from up there? Sure. I guess we're gonna do a climbing puzzle on the Great Deku Tree. You see, the last dungeon, you get the item right before the boss. This one, you get it right before the dungeon. I like that! I like that, and I like this game, chat. This is a good game, Bront. They should make more Zeldas like this. Ooh, hello, little guy. We Koroks pass most of our days far away from our sacred forest haven, raising new trees to foster healthy forests on the many islands of the Great Sea. Today is the day we return to our home for our annual ceremony. Oh, but poor Makar. Please, great swordsman, please save our brother Makar. Hey, Nikki, what's up? How are you doing? When the game first released, there was a bug where little dogs and... Yes, the bleed dogs. The bleed dog bug. The bleed dog bug that did a billion damage. We Koroks can fly through the sky using our own Deku leaves. We Koroks are very light, but you look like you weigh a lot more than we do. You think you'll be alright. They're adding... Okay, some completely unrelated video game news. Street Fighter 6 is adding Ingrid, which is important if you know anything about Street Fighter lore, because that character has quite the history. But basically, she's an interdimensional fighting game traveler who has the most power of any Street Fighter character, and she's like a 5-foot tall magical girl. I adore Ingrid. I adore Ingrid a lot, and I'm really happy they're adding her. But the reason why I'm bringing her up is because of the weight comment. They were talking about Link's weight. Ingrid's weight, according to Street Fighter 6, is 89 pounds, which I think is really light even for 5 foot. And I saw one comment that was talking about it, and it was like, what is she made out of? Starshine and giggles? I'm like, probably. You have a question. Normally you wouldn't bring up other VTubers to be polite, but given the situation, you heard about the latest news on Fillian's disappearance? I have been following it somewhat. I am interested. I know that she scrubbed her channel, didn't she? Like, she scrubbed her channel. Fillian is an interesting person to me. Because she's kind of someone who's, of course, incredibly important to VTubing, but she's had issues before, and she sits on the fringe for me. I think she's very funny, and I think she's a very talented performer. But I'm wondering if this is going to be, like, she's debuting, this is her big debut, or I'm wondering if she's done. I don't know. I've read that her friends are like, she's not talking to us. Maybe she got arrested. I don't think that's true. I think that she's doing a big stunt / ARG for her debut. I know that she did delete it. That is extremely light for 5 foot. I thought so! 89 pounds is extremely light for 5 foot. I think that Fillian is an incredibly talented performer, and I think that she is building hype for her re-debut. That is my opinion as a follower of VTuber trends. And as a person who's interested in the news. Are you worried about it? Are you feelings about it? Do you know about this flower? It's called a baba bud. You can stand in front of it and tilt up on the stick to jump on it. Baba buds have this peculiar habit of shooting you up into the air after you jump into them. So you can use them to jump up to hard to reach places. Thanks, bud. Have you guys ever played with a Nako in Warframe? I am guilty of being very hungry for people's Nakos. I am always like, somebody should play her energy restoration. You're a small guy and you're double her weight. Yeah, I think she's made out of Starshine and Giggles. I think they were right. She is made out of Starshine and Giggles. I'm really excited for her, though. I think you're anxious, but more in a concerned citizen way. I get that way about VTubers, too. I do get anxious about a lot of creators, because I want them to be okay as people. And I feel bad about it, because it's like they don't know me, you know? And technically, I guess I'm kind of a peer in the system. But I also don't want to be in a parasocial way. I'm doing this wrong. Chat, I'm doing this wrong. Straight up. Bird up. Let's get it perfectly aligned so that I can not mess this up. But I understand that feeling. I think that she's going to be fine. I know that's probably not super reassuring coming from me, but I think that she's just doing her ARG for her re-debut. Because she's been a VTuber in training for like, what, 5-6 years? So, I think she'll be fine. Wow, you're quite good at that, Mr. Knight. Just keep doing that until you get all the way to the top. If you shoot out facing the wrong direction, don't panic. If you don't tilt the stick in any direction, you'll land safely back in the Baba Bud. I always wanted to be a knight. It made me warm inside when he called me a knight. I liked that. Thank you for calling me a knight. I love being a knight. Okay, where to next? Oh! Hey, can I just say I freaking love the traversal in the game? I am also a warrior. I understand that. I have a tendency to immediately worst case scenario. I totally get that. But I think that she'll be okay. She's a resilient creator and performer. That's for sure. Okay. I don't watch a lot of her content, though, so... I don't watch a lot of streamers, actually, sorry. A lot of people, like, they'll have their favorite streamers, and streamers watch streamers, and that's a thing. But I watch like a ridiculous amount of YouTube edited content. I am a huge fan of YouTube. YouTube video essays, YouTube like reviews, just people talking about... Ow. Guess we gotta start over. Just stuff like that. I'm a big fan of stuff like that. And I found a new channel recently that I thought was really interesting, where she's a historian who reviews ahistorical films with a comedian's tint, a comedian lens. I like that. She's very funny, and specifically a way that I really enjoyed. And she did a video about Titanic movies, which felt right for me. I was a big fan of the Titanic growing up. And enter her studio to beat her up. They were collabing in the same location. She's very good at the physical comedy. She's very good at the physical comedy. That is something I know that to be true about Fillion. That she's very good at the physical comedy. And that she can judo throw with the best of them. I have seen those clips where she's actually like really kind of scary from a judo perspective. But like a lot of those really big VTubers like Videl or Fillion or Mouse or a lot of those big indies, I respect a lot as performers, but I don't actually want. I was thinking that maybe one day, I think a dream of mine in particular would be like interviewing other creators in the space and doing an interview show. Similar to, again, the Conan O'Brien type stuff. I just really like learning about people and why they do things and how they think. Maybe we'll get that big someday. It's the dream. I don't want to be that big, though. I think that, like, I really don't want Iron Mouse numbers. I would really rather not have Iron Mouse numbers. And that may be an insane thing for a streamer to say, but I feel like I just don't have content that scales like that. You know what I mean, Cobalt? Like, I feel like as a creator, I'm kind of a small-time creator, small-time guy. I don't know. I feel like I don't have the performance presence or the heart to be able to control a room that size. Maybe in a different performance context, right? Like in a stream, that's different. But in a different performance context, I have done stages that big. I have done stages that big before. I think one of the larger audiences you finished an anime. Which anime? Was it a good anime? I need to watch more anime. I need to watch more things in general. I have so much opinions about art and then I don't engage with it. I think the largest stage I've ever occupied, it was in a choir. So it wasn't me doing a solo performance, but it was like 2,000, 3,000 people. That was a good performance. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, there was the time I appeared on national news, but that's a different story. And I'm not sharing that with you guys. You don't need to know that one. But I did do that. So, but I don't know. I think that like Odd Taxi. What is Odd Taxi about? Ah, I keep doing it wrong. It's about a taxi driver in a world of anthropomorphic animals who gets into all types of wacky adventures. That sounds like a lot of anime. What type of wacky adventures? I want to know what type of wacky adventures. Sorry, guys, if you're expecting me to get through the platforming section fast, what do you think this is? What do you think this is? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. How anthropomorphic are we talking? In a world of anthropomorphic animals, so is the world built around the fact that they're anthropomorphic animals, or is the world kind of like, is it like Zootopia logic, or is it just like, are there human beings? Sounds like it could be a level for Crazy Taxi. That's another good stream game. That's another good stream game. I'm interested now. Unfortunately, you got me, because I have this running thing about worlds where anthropomorphic animals... Do you mind a spoiler? I do not mind a spoiler in the slightest. Anthropomorphic animals exist in a world, right? But the world doesn't need them to be animals. Like, the story wouldn't change in the slightest if they were human beings. I hate settings like that. It's a major spoiler. Alright, does anybody care about major spoilers for the anime Odd Taxi? Odd Taxi. Does anybody care about major spoilers for the anime Odd Taxi? If you do, forever hold your peace. Because I don't. Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second. Alright, I'm seeing no one care, so you can deliver your spoiler. You can deliver your spoiler if you want. I'm focusing on the platforming challenge because I've failed so many times. I know this item because Toon Link uses it in Smash Bros. I know this item because Toon Link uses it in Smash Bros. He has a disorder that makes him see everything wrong. Everyone's just a human. Ah, lame. Lame. Don't like it. Don't like it. Sorry. Worst possible answer to that. Worst possible answer to that. Dislike. 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 Sorry. He uses it as a glide, I'm pretty sure. Or like a victory screen? I don't remember. I do have mana. I did notice that. And the mana comes in little brown jars. Little brown jars for my mana consumption. Very good, Mr. Swordsman. You've already mastered using the Deku Leaf. But since you're so much heavier than we are, you can't fly very far, can you? How unfortunate. This is how we're gonna do what the fish said when he said we can't fly. This is what the fish said. Well, anyway, it's this exit that leads us to the Forbidden Woods, where our brother Makar is being held. Doesn't he use it for a wind-based attack? Am I misremembering that? Someone who has played Smash Bros. Before and who has played Toon Link, doesn't he use the Deku Leaf for a wind-based attack? Please take care of... You may have noticed, we're back on Dragon Roost. That's because the last hour was lost to time, my friends. My lovelies. The last hour that we have played. Gone. Gone. There is something, I gotta figure out why my computer keeps doing that. I'm really worried about it. It keeps randomly restarting and then I lose everything. I was gonna end there anyways. So, I guess the game chose for us and I'm gonna have to do more aggressive saving from now on. Unfortunate, my friends. Unfortunate, my friends. You know what the worst thing about it, though? This is going to be a very specific problem. The worst thing about it is now I gotta find a way to splice those two VODs together. It was all a dream. Lame. Worst ending. Worst ending. It was all a dream. I'm gonna have to find a way to splice those two VODs together, and I really hate doing that. But that was where I was gonna end anyways, I guess. So tomorrow, I'm going to play off stream to get back to where we were, so that on Sunday, we can just start where the game crashed. We can just start where the game crashed. Alright, does that sound lovely? Does that sound good for everyone? I'm sorry that it crashed like that. It was kind of a perfect time, though. We had just managed to do everything we needed to do. And now I gotta do it all again. Isn't that lovely? Well, thank you so much for everyone for coming in to watch. I'm sorry that it crashed so kind of catastrophically. I don't know why my computer is doing that. It terrifies me. I'm very afraid, and I don't know how to fix it. So, with that, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming in to watch. No stream tomorrow. Yes, stream Sunday. So see you all Sunday night. Good night, bye-bye, bye-bye.